locally grown, powered by lowhud.com, a cooking contest with all the right ingredients.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Liz Johnson, food editor for the Journal News, and this is Locally Grown, a unique recipe contest designed to pit 4 local amateur chefs against each other to find out who's the best home cook.
There's just one catch. The original recipe must include ingredients grown right here in the Hudson Valley. The contest is going to kick off in just a few minutes. It's being held here at the fabulous Valley Restaurant at the Garrison. We've completely taken over the entire kitchen for our heated competition, a competition that's been 2 months in the making. All summer long, we've been hunting for the best recipes in the lower Hudson Valley. We had just one catch. The ingredients had to be locally grown. To find the right candidates, we headed for spots where we knew we'd find great cooks, farmers markets. I cooked alongside some of our top local chefs, Doug Nguyen from Wasabi in Nyack, Jonathan Pratt from Peter Pratt's Inn in Yorktown Heights, and one of our judges, Chef Jeff Rader of Valley Restaurant at the Garrison. We made strawberry frisee salad, a corn salad, and heirloom tomato gazpacho. Meanwhile, I was encouraging shoppers, readers, and viewers to enter the contest by logging on to lowhud.com/locallygrown. We got more recipes for zucchini than you'd ever need. Zucchini baked, zucchini flowers, zucchini soup, zucchini cakes. And we got lots of tomato recipes from salsa to sauce to salad. There are 3 judges, Marianne Hedrick of MyPersonalFarmers.com, a virtual farmers market, Chef Jeff Rader, and me. We whittled down the entries, choosing the best based on local ingredients and originality. We came up with 4 finalists. And the 4 finalists are here in the kitchen. Are you guys ready to go?
Let's go!
Yeah! Let's get cooking! Now, while they're getting started, we want to introduce you to our contestants. They come from all walks of life, and they're from all over the lower Hudson Valley. Jonathan Glazer is a lawyer turned entrepreneur from Croton-on-Hudson. He's cooking a roasted corn and beet salad. Jonathan says there's nothing he won't eat. Well, maybe one thing.
No. There's nothing that's taboo. Maybe Brussels sprouts, but that's about it. Cooking to me is all about eating. I like to eat, and cooking is one way of enjoying the whole process. I look at a recipe, I see what I like, I see what I don't like, I see what I like to add. I have a nice kitchen atmosphere here. I have 2 boys and my wife, and we love to eat, and it's just a way of just all of us getting together, because as my family will tell you, I'm most happy just bouncing around and relaxing in the kitchen. I'm more than willing to have everybody join in. So sometimes people get intimidated in the kitchen, but hey, you're here to have fun, you're here to eat good food, and that's all that matters.
Let's see if that matters during the contest, as Jonathan continues to slice and dice the ingredients for his roasted beet and corn salad.
I take care of really everything. People can just bring in desserts. Other than that, and a couple of appetizers, but everything else, the meal was all taken care of. We just have fun.
Where did you learn how to cook?
I never really learned. It's just a matter of just doing. Yeah, I have a little garden. It's an old sand box, shall we say. So I get my little...
So melons might do well in there.
I dug it out, and I have tomatoes, cucumbers, some peppers, and some cilantro, and basil, and arugula.
So it kind of depends on what's in season is what you'll put in. You might change the ingredients of this recipe for example?
Oh, this is absolutely. This is kind of just, the base is the roasted corn and the roasted beets, and then it's kind of like a summer succotash. And whatever's good, whatever you can find at the market, it just goes in there and it just blends with the beets and the corn, and it's wonderful.
Michelle Lynn is a graphic designer from Piermont. Her roasted vegetable lasagna puts a new twist on an old Italian classic, and she told us it includes her favorite local ingredient.
I love garlic. If it wasn't offensive to people, I'd eat it raw, you know. I remember my grandmother was a really good cook, and my dad learned cooking from her. When she was watching me, we would watch the French chef, Julia Child, and the Galson Gourmet. I started out with my girlfriend. We'd go to the Acme and buy a 17-cent can of SpaghettiOs. And that's what we would eat with a big frozen pizza. They say that, it's very important for a family to sit together and have their dinner or one meal at least together during the day. And we might not get to do that all the time, so when we do get to do it, I feel that's really important, and it's really a good thing I'm doing for them, and I enjoy when that happens. Not that frequently, but try.
The challenges that Michelle faces at home definitely helped her create the roasted vegetable lasagna dish she's working on today. You are not a vegetarian, but your husband is? Or are you?
Yes.
Okay, so does that present a problem at dinner time?
Sometimes he eats fish, and he won't eat any chicken or anything other than the only living thing he'll eat is fish. And it's not because of ethical reasons. He just doesn't want to eat meat. And my daughters eat everything. I go to the Piermont Farmers Market, and I feel like for my children especially that they're getting a better quality of produce. I just try to buy things thinking that if you eat healthy, you'll be more healthy. My grandmother was a really good cook, and she grew up in North New Jersey. And the worst thing that I loved was to take chicken fat and spread it on rye bread and sprinkle with salt and pepper. I could eat a ton of that.
Do you do that anymore?
No, but once in a while, like the other day, I did make chicken and there was the liver, so I did render that little bit of chicken fat for myself, which my doctor would really be annoyed at me if I did that.
So would your husband.
Yeah, right.
Suffern's Cara Cea is in the public relations business. She's going to be whipping up a Rattatouille Pizza today. You can bet it won't be including a certain summer fruit.
I don't like peach fuzz. Peach fuzz is something, and my daughter loves peaches, so I peel them for her. I don't let her have the fuzz. I don't like eating peach fuzz. Strange little idiosyncrasy of mine. I do like to cook. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I enjoy cooking because it's something that it's a way for me to be creative just about every day.
All right.
I have to keep it new and different. I have to do different things all the time, because if I find that I'm coming home and I'm throwing on burgers and hot dogs every night, or throwing in a frozen meal, or doing something that I've done so many other times, it gets boring. Of course, I'm always looking for new and creative ways to get vegetables into my children. Well, my daughter actually is the best eater of them all. My son's pretty good. My husband's probably the worst.
When you've got picky eaters at home like Cara, you've got to get a little creative, like throwing together a Ratatouille pizza.
My son had expressed an interest in having Ratatouille after seeing the movie. It's always a negotiation. So I thought, this is great, he wants Ratatouille. So it's all veggies, so maybe this is a good way, since it was in the movie, to get him to eat all those veggies. And he looked in the pot and he said, what is that? I said, that's the Ratatouille you wanted me to make. And he said, where's the meat? I said, there's no meat. He said, well, I don't eat that. It was time-consuming chopping off all those veggies and the cooking process. So I said, I'm not wasting it, and he is trying these veggies. Let me put it on his favorite thing, which is pizza, and disguise it under a bunch of cheese, and he actually liked it.
And last but not least, Kellyanne Milo, a sales executive from Cold Spring, is making a summer risotto. She hopes it comes out better than a few of her more infamous kitchen disasters.
I used to burn meatloaf all the time. It happens, but now my meatloafs aren't burned. We live in Cold Spring, New York, and it's a great town and it's a fantastic community. We have a farmer's market, and usually what inspires me what to cook that week is whatever's available that Saturday when I go shopping at the market, whether it be the cheeses, the meats, the vegetables, but everything's extremely fresh. And to get ideas from the vendors, and that's what really inspires me. You'll always find in our home vegetables or everything in the fridge, crackers and cheeses, big salads. We're big salad people, whether it have dill, parsley, whatever the case may be. Those are the things that I like best.
Kellyanne will throw just about anything into her summer risotto.
And so whatever really basically is fresh during that time, that's what I use. That was the motivation for this particular recipe. A few years ago, a friend of mine taught me how to do risotto, and it's a little intimidating on the front end. But once you get a hang of it, it's very easy. The bottom line is it's just time consuming.
But it may be a vegetable risotto, but it's definitely not vegetarian, right?
It isn't vegetarian.
No. Prosciutto in there.
This one has pancetta in it. Well, actually, it has prosciutto. My husband's a wonderful man, but at the end of the day, he's a better, he cleans up the kitchen better than he does cook.
He's on KP.
He's on KP.
Coming up on Locally Grown, it's time to dish with our chef. He'll tell us what he really thinks about the cooking going on in his kitchen.
Locally Grown is brought to you by Whole Foods Market. Look for the local logo.
more than 25 years, Whole Foods Market has been dedicated to seeking out the freshest and highest quality produce and goods starting right here in New York. So the next time you're in your Whole Foods Market, support local by looking for the local logo.
It's our $60 million fine jewelry spectacular, 2 days only at Boscov's. It's the biggest fine jewelry sale in Boscov's history. Save 50 to 60% off on our entire stock of fine diamonds, gemstones, and gold. Plus, save an additional 20% with our bonus coupon. And there's no interest and no payments for 1 year. It's our biggest fine jewelry sale ever. The $60 million fine jewelry spectacular. This Friday and Saturday only. Be there. Be part of the family at Boscov's.
Need a hand?
No, I need a new car.
Whoa, I see what you mean.
Aren't you the 1-800-BAR-NONE sock puppet?
Yours truly.
Could they help me?
Sure. If you need car financing, even if you have bad credit, 1-800-BAR-NONE could get you approved in minutes. Going up.
1-800-BAR-NONE? You can? I am? Really?
Need a car, not a tow? Then call 1-800-BAR-NONE.
Our hero.
Mommy, can we keep him?
Everyone deserves a second chance. Bar none. Call now.
A lot of times, being a teenager means living with labels. If you're feeling overwhelmed by problems at school, at home, or anywhere else, you don't need labels. You need people who will listen. You need to call the Girls and Boys Town National Hotline. 1-800-448-3000. Help is just a phone call away.
This is an RNN special presentation. Locally grown, powered by LoHud.com.
It's hot in the kitchen, but it's a lot hotter when Chef Jeff Rader is watching over your shoulder.
Well, the only thing convection is going to do is the air is rotating around. So you want to do up here?
Yeah. He says there's a big difference between amateur chef and a real pro in the kitchen.
It's good.
Is that about right? All right.
Your recipe.
Yep. Well, you're the professional.
For one thing, he doesn't like how slowly they cook.
You doing okay?
I'm doing okay.
You need anything?
So far, so good.
Good.
Thank you.
Or how messy they are. And he says their knife skills are not only atrocious, they make him downright nervous.
Oh yeah, they'll be fired by now if they work for me. Some of the recipes, the technique was a little iffy to me reading it on paper. One was the risotto, where if you read the recipe, it's cooking more like a rice pilaf than a true risotto where you're constantly adding the hot liquid and stirring. Hers is more put it in a pot, stir it, put a lid on, and walk away. That's more like a pilaf. But I'm seeing everybody's tasting as they go, which is important. You know, you have to taste. And always they're having fun. Thanks.
I love the colors.
I'm not helping. I don't want the place to smell like burnt garlic. So their knife skills scare me to death.
What's going on?
Well, one of the things I saw, which most people do, put the knife down. I'll show you. Is when they hold the knife, they're doing this.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to slip and cut yourself. But if you hold it at the heel, like this, it's not going anywhere. You know, when you're cutting a vegetable, when you cut it in half, you want the flat side down. It's not going to move that way. If you have it rolled over and it's rolling and you're doing, you know, I saw a couple of people doing that today. I'm like, stop. You know, it's a recipe contest, and you want them to kind of move at their own speed, but not too slow. Everybody here seems like they've cooked before. You know, there's no true amateurs. You know, and I think they're a little intimidated being in a professional kitchen, not being at home, having cameras all around them, but everybody seems to be holding it cool. But I'm not going to give them any secret tips on how to win. There's no favorites. And the proof will be in the pudding is when we taste it. That's really the most important thing, is how does it taste? Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hungry. Right. Yeah. I'm just happy nobody's burned the kitchen down yet, so. But it's coming along good.
Coming up on Locally Grown, can the contestants handle the heat in our kitchen? We'll find out next as they rush to finish their recipes.
Locally Grown is brought to you by Whole Foods Market. Look for the local logo.
For more than 25 years, Whole Foods Market has been dedicated to seeking out the freshest and highest quality produce and goods starting right here in New York. So the next time you're in your Whole Foods Market, support local by looking for the local logo.
What's even better than the beauty of a Garden State Brickface vinyl siding makeover your home? How about getting it for free? Garden State Brickface is proud to join WCBS Yankees Radio in the 2007 WCBS Yankees Radio Home Remodeling Contest. First prize is a home makeover worth over $30,000. Call today or visit our website at brickface.com or hear details during the WCBS Yankees radio broadcast. Garden State Brickface and WCBS Yankees Radio is the perfect double play of quality and savings. The warm weather is here, and Garden State Brickface has a new member to our team, Permaface Vinyl Siding. You can add value, comfort, and beauty to your home in as little as 3 days. Our Garden State Brickface design consultants can show you the amazing possibilities during our free in-home consultation. Then our skilled craftsmen complete your job on time. Right now, Garden State Brickface is offering incredible savings and no interest financing until the spring of 2008. Call today or visit our website at brickface.com. Garden State Brickface, your only choice for guaranteed service and selection.
Your target, the seniors. Your weapon, the phone. Your objective, their bank accounts.
McGruff, the crime dog here. With my booklet, seniors will know what to say to make you crooks go away. Look.
Well, if you can't mail me the information, then I can't talk to you.
Get my free brochure and learn what to say to make unscrupulous telemarketers go away.
This is an RNN special presentation. Locally grown, powered by LoHUD.com.
The cooking is done and the judges are ready to eat. But how long is it going to take our cooks to get dinner on the table?
I try to do it faster because I'm really, really slow when I cook. I think when I bring this up, it's all going to fall apart. The cameras, and I'm not used to that, so that made me a little bit nervous.
Frayed nerves are rattling Cara, too.
At home, I cook this on 450 for 20 minutes, but I guess that's a convection oven, so it burns in half the time it normally cooks. So I just said to myself, thank God I have another one. I thought since that was like the first moment of the competition that maybe that wasn't a good thing. But then I thought, well, I'm getting a cooking lesson, so very worst case scenario, if I go home with last place, at least I'm a better cook.
Everyone here is a good cook, but some have easier tasks than others.
Yeah, I think I'm the most fortunate here in the sense that mine is pretty much roasting some corn and some beets, dicing up a lot of things, putting it together, and just using the right little amount. And quite frankly, everybody else is working their tails off here. But I must say, I should have made sherbet because I'm sitting behind this thing all day long. So
Kellyanne's dish was not so easy.
I have a tendency to put a lot of things in my dishes, and my brother and I have a running joke. The joke is it's not going to work, Kelly. And you never know. And my husband said submit the recipe, and here we are. So it's ironic.
Coming up on Locally Grown, it's time for the big taste test. Find out which dish deserves a 4-star review and which belongs in a greasy spoon.
Locally Grown is brought to you by Whole Foods Market. Look for the local logo.
For more than 25 years, Whole Foods Market has been dedicated to seeking out the freshest and highest quality produce and goods starting right here in New York. So the next time you're in your Whole Foods Market, support local by looking for the local logo.
It's our $60 million fine jewelry spectacular, 2 days only at Boscov's. It's the biggest fine jewelry sale in Boscov's history. Save 50 to 60% off on our entire stock of fine diamonds, gemstones, and gold. Plus, save an additional 20% with our bonus coupon. And there's no interest and no payments for 1 year. It's our biggest fine jewelry sale ever. The $60 million fine jewelry spectacular. This Friday and Saturday only. Be there. Be part of the family at Boscov's.
Searching the planet. From Brazil, Africa, Colombia, Tanzania, Sri Lanka, and beyond. Hand-picked. Unbelievably rare. Exquisitely set. We bring the finest merchandise in the world into your home. Gem Shopping Network.
Catch us live, midnight to 3 a.m., 7 days a week, right here on RNN.
A lot of times, being a teenager means living with labels. If you're feeling overwhelmed by problems at school, at home, or anywhere else, you don't need labels. You need people who will listen. You need to call the Girls and Boys Town National Hotline. 1-800-448-3000. Help is just a phone call away.
This is an RNN special presentation. Locally grown, powered by LowHUD.com.
Hey, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. But that's not going to help our contestants. The pressure was hard enough to handle before. Now they've got to face the judges. Chef Jeff Rader, myself, and Marianne Hedrick of MyPersonalFarmers.com. First up, Jonathan with his beet and corn salad. Jeff Rader is none too happy with the way it looks.
Well, I mean, we're not looking at restaurant presentation. It's home recipe, home cooking. So if you're going to go to somebody's home, you're going to get a tile salad like this. Basically, it's a kind of a summer succotash. So you can go to the farmer's market, you can see what's available, and you can adjust. Why roasting them? I feel that I get better flavor by roasting them. I would have liked to actually see maybe a little bit of lettuce or frisee or something in there to lighten it up, you know.
You seem to think that more is more there.
More is too much there.
It was too much?
Yeah.
Too much for beet salad. But what about Cara's Rattatouille Pizza? Maybe that was too little too late. The pine nuts, did you toast them?
I didn't toast them here.
I just wonder if you're trying to go for crunch and a little bit, it might have brought a little bit more.
Going into this competition, I kind of had a bias against pizza on principle because it's pizza.
Yeah,
you know?
I know what you mean.
I thought the same thing.
Pizza may seem ordinary, but what happens when Michelle tries to heat things up with her roasted vegetable lasagna? Michelle, I know you're a fan of garlic, right?
Raw garlic. I must be used to that much garlic.
Are you a big garlic fan?
Yeah, and it tastes kind of normal to me, so.
In the ricotta cheese, I use a little bit of garlic.
A lot of garlic.
I think it's the raw garlic because you didn't cook it out.
Yeah, that's
true. So now
true.
it's coming out in the flavor and getting into the cheese and everything. You know, she should have cooked her garlic out.
Garlic wasn't the only thing our contestants had a heavy hand with. Kellyanne sure got busy with the pepper in her summer risotto.
It's good. I think it's a little spicy.
It is a lot. Having a big bite is a lot of ham.
In my house in particular, the bigger the ham,
the better.
The dish.
Hey, you can't go wrong with pork.
Can't go wrong with that.
I think her intentions were great.
Right. This recipe was going in my favorite, but in terms of how it was executed, I can't keep it there.
Straight ahead on Locally Grown, we'll crown the king of the kitchen, the winner of our intense culinary competition, coming up next.
Locally Grown is brought to you by Whole Foods Market. Look for the local logo.
For more than 25 years, Whole Foods Market has been dedicated to seeking out the freshest and highest quality produce and goods starting right here in New York. So the next time you're in your Whole Foods Market, support local by looking for the local logo.
Tonight's news is brought to you in part by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, serving the financial needs of individuals and businesses throughout Ulster, Orange, and Dutchess counties. Visit MHVFCU.com to learn more about MHV, where membership has value.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
This is an RNN special presentation. Locally grown, powered by LowHUD.com.
48 hours after the cooking is all done, we're back at Valley. This time we're here to announce the winner of our locally grown competition at a dinner for the Cold Spring Farmers Market. The contestants know it all comes down to this moment. Will the winner be Kellyanne? Her risotto caught Jeff Rader's eye.
Now this would be great to eat on a chilly night.
Or what about Jonathan? His salad captured the true meaning of locally grown.
Top prize, though, for using the most local ingredients.
Cara's Pizza impressed one judge.
I mean, I'd feed it to my kids.
Yeah.
That's good.
And with her lasagna, Michelle proves she's got skills.
The noodles are cooked perfectly. They're still a little al dente.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of our locally grown recipe contest is Cara Cea. Cara overcame obstacles to take the grand prize, a $300 dinner at Valley and $300 to spend at mypersonalfarmers.com. Starting out with such a common dish was a disadvantage, and there were mistakes along the way.
I did think all the way home I should have toasted those pine nuts. Liz said I needed more crunch. Then I was cooking my pizza in a professional kitchen, and it burned in half the time it normally takes to cook it. It was absolutely crisp, totally inedible.
The second time around, she blew the judges away. She used a lot of local vegetables and kept the singular flavor of each ingredient.
And I guess it turned out okay. So I genuinely was very surprised. It was a great surprise.
Cara wasn't the only one who went home a winner.
We're all going to keep in touch. We all exchanged information. I said we should all get together and write a cookbook now. Hudson Valley Farmers Market Cookbook.
You can read a lot more about the contestants and the competition and see all the recipes entered in our contest at the Locally Grown webpage at lohud.com/locallygrown. I'm Liz Johnson. As always, take small bites.
It's our $60 million fine jewelry spectacular, 2 days only at Boscov's. It's the biggest fine jewelry sale in Boscov's history. Save 50 to